Let's spend some time now talking about duration-based scheduling versus effort-based scheduling. It's important to understand that when you assign a person to a task, work is being calculated, and Microsoft Project uses this scheduling equation, which is work equals duration times units. Now, units represents the percent allocation of you, for example. So 100% means 1, 50% means zero point 0.5, and so on. So the default assignment in Microsoft Project when you assign a person to a task is 100% or whatever is in your max units field. So if it's 80%, it'll default to 80%. So if we have a 10-day task and it's fixed duration, what that really means is that regardless of how many people and how many percent allocation of a person I throw at that task, the duration is going to remain fixed. So let's just take, for example, going to a trade show. If the trade show is 10 days long and I am going to that trade show, or you are going to that trade show, and you're going to spend 100% of your time at that trade show, Microsoft Project will calculate your work to be 10 days times 100%, which equals 10 days. But it displays work in hours, so it will actually work out to be 8 hours a day or 80 hours. If we both go to the trade show, Microsoft Project will calculate the trade show work to be 80 hours for me and 80 hours for you. That's a total of 160 hours of work, but the duration remains fixed. If neither of us go to the trade show, the duration still is 10 days. Or if I can only go 50% of my time, that means I'm only going to be spending 40 hours of work over 2 weeks, but the duration is still 10 days. So fixed duration means the duration is fixed, and therefore the duration will not be changed as you assign resources, and your start and finish dates will stay pretty much intact. On the other hand, you can choose effort-based scheduling, and effort-based scheduling is all about really estimating your effort and having it change based on the resources that you assign, or having the duration change based on the resources that you assign. So think about painting a room. Maybe you hired me to paint your office, and I come in and I say it's going to take me 10 days to paint your office, and I charge $100 a day, therefore it's going to cost you $1,000. And you go, Robert, I don't have time. I don't have enough time to wait 10 days. I need to have this done sooner. I don't mind paying you the $1,000, but is there any way you can shrink the duration? And I say, sure, I can have two painters in there. And all of a sudden we go from 2 weeks or 10 days down to 5 days. Same amount of effort. I'm still expending 80 hours of effort, 40 for one painter and 40 for the other painter, total of 80 hours. And that's the part that remains fixed. So when you're talking about fixed work, you estimate the work and it remains fixed. And by the way, the word work and effort in Microsoft Project is synonymous. So fixed work is similar to saying fixed effort. And work again is the person hours or the labor that's going in there by the people doing the particular work on that task. So if we have two painters working on a 80-hour effort task, the duration will go to 40 hours or 5 days. If I put 10 painters on that, the duration will go all the way down to 1 day. So the difference between duration-based scheduling is that the duration stays intact regardless of how many resources you throw at it. On the other hand, for effort-based scheduling, the duration will get recalculated based on the number of resources that you throw at it. So, for example, in the painting example, maybe I come back to you and say, look, I'm really busy. I can only work 50% of my time on that 80-hour effort task, which means that the duration is going to go from 10 days to 20 days. So, effort-based scheduling is all about fixing the effort and having the duration recalculate based on your resource assignments. Let's go take a look in Microsoft Project how this works.